most all of the Sundances that I went to, each of those leaders, the Sundance leader is the one that tells people, in my dream, this is the way I have it. Can you help me with my dream? Okay. Here's some eagle feathers. They put eagle feathers on us and we're on our head, we're dancing. Okay, women, you put your sage, use sage. And we need those symbols, those 16 symbols on the women when they're dancing, because the connection is like that in a dream, in a vision. And then as they're dancing around, they notice there's little red sticks this high with tobacco ties on. And as I'm dancing, I count them, 64. I wonder why we have 64. Yeah. I wonder if that's what, I wonder if why we're offering tobacco 64 times. Maybe that's who helps us. Maybe we don't understand. Maybe we need to learn about that. Maybe so that we can be thankful for that, them being there, all the representatives. I learned about that. That old man told me. Here are the representatives, 64 representatives. Oh, thank you for telling me. I'm very poor, I said. I have to write them down because that's the way I want to practice learning about these 64 representatives. Go ahead, he said, if you write them down if you want. So I wrote them down. I go over it a few times, the first 4 years, and then I kind of have an idea now. Okay, and when I start dancing the next year, thank you, thank you, thank you. When somebody is looking at me, they must think I'm crazy. But I really mean it. And then I look at the tree. I know there's connection to the tree, to each one of those. One day, I get 2 eagles sent to me. Spotted eagles. Oh, I'm so thankful. I go up to the hill with both of them. I sit down. I cleanse myself really good. And I start to cry. That's what the old people said. And this is my name that I'm holding. This is my name, Wanbdi. You came for a reason. Thank you. I will do my best to look after you. In return, I'd like to feed you. Every now and then, you give up your life to come here for some reason. I want to understand that reason. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you to the other winged. Thank you to the animals, to the medicines, to the people. Thank you. I took them to my helpers. I had 2 helpers. Okay, boys. Here's what I want you to do. These are spotted eagles. They're very kind, those 2 boys. Of course, they're adults. 20, 24. And they're very respectful. They really would like to do things good way. So anyway, here's what I'd like you to do with these eagles. We're going to take the feathers off. We're going to count those feathers, the tail feathers and the wing. But we need to save the the long feathers, the eagle wing, the main part of the eagle wing. And then there's some feathers underneath here. In there, there's two bones. You take the big one out. I'll be here to watch you do that. You just be careful to look after yourself real good. Make lots of prayers. But the first thing I want you to do is I want you to count those feathers. As you go over there and you take this bird, you go over there in this other corner, you count those feathers. So they started to count the feathers. Mark it on this yellow piece of paper. So they both came back and marked it. 64 eagle feathers on the spotted eagle. Okay. I immediately connected to those 64 sticks in the Sundance grounds. All right. So that's been my experience. I'm thankful to learn sacred law. Dakota Wakita is pretty holy. I'm thankful to even walk on this Mother Earth. It's pretty important. And so, learning along the way, there's lots of things that's part of the Sundance. Wanbdi Wakita. I noticed the Sundance leader at that time was there's an older man and a younger man. They're helping each other. They're working together to support this man's dream, vision. And so I noticed that they cut 16 fruit branches. I think they were chokecherry branches. I'm standing there watching, they're tying it together. Then they put it, there's a crotch, like this crotch. They put it right in the middle. And they faced it north and south. Okay, now I have to figure out why they're doing this. And then I remembered about the teaching, about the reason why, one of the reasons why we have Wanbdi Wakita is for continuing a way of living as given by Ptesawi, who brought that ceremony. Do this so the people would live, is what she said. And so we must do it in a good way so that our people would live. And so there's a song about that, the prayer that you first make. Tokaheya chewa kiero yo, Tokaheya chewa kiero, Mitakuye waniktecha chewa kiero. That song, that's connected to that instruction that white buffalo calf woman gave, Ptesawi gave. And so all of those are connected. And I suppose my job is to try and share these. I shared it in my community with those young people who are involved in Sundances. My two nephews and my grandson, they run Sundances. And that old man spirit told me, you go and tell them these things. You can stop your Sundance now. He said, okay, thank you. So Now you're going to go and talk to them. And we did these past couple of years. And we're going to go again next year to help share some of that holiness, that information, those words, pretty important. So then there's these 8 branches this way and 8 branches this way. They're tied together and they're on each side. Again, is a reminder of man and buffalo hanging there. So we need to know. It would be good for us young people to know why. Why is there? But we have to ask in a proper way. We want the buffalo to continue to provide for us. If it's today, maybe it's in a contemporary way. And this man here, he's facing north because all of us, we travel north. Halfway through our life, we turn around and come back this way. At some point in time, Creator says, okay, come home with me, and they go and take you home towards the west. So that's our travel. When I say man, I mean human beings on this earth. And then there's these 4 flags hanging inside the dance arbor. And Creator, the connection to the sacred instructions of why you put the black on the west, why you put the white in the north, why you put the yellow to the east, and why you put the red to the south. Why is that? Oh, this looks like a regular memorial thing where black man and white man, yellow man and red man, they're in this together. It belongs to everybody. So that's the meaning the 4 nations Creator put on this earth. We keep saying, Mitakwe Oas, all my relations. And it's right in there, in the whole Sundance. It's right in there. 4 nations of red man, 4 nations of black man, 4 nations of white man, 4 nations of yellow man. That's 16. So 8 this way and 8 this way makes 16. Representing those 4, man, animals, winged, and medicines. They're all right there, just trying to learn that, to respect it, to honor that they're still on this earth. We need to look at these things in a more closer way because it impacts us. And so that's another reason why they do those kinds of things on there. Nobody is to go to the east side to say, that's where the spirits come in. Oh, okay, all right. And so, when we had Sundance, 7 buffalo came. They stayed right there on the east side. And they, right through the Sundance, 4 days, they stayed there. What's the meaning of that? Because we always say we remember what our needs are and we want to meet these needs in a respectful manner. We are here, the buffalo said. We are here. But there are rules and regulations. They're holy rules and regulations that we need to follow for them to be part of us, to be able to utilize that. Live in a sustainable way. live in harmony with one another. These are your relatives. Mitakui oas, we say. So we have much to learn. I see that we almost lost it, lost this sacred instructions. We were going in a different way. We're going into almost like a washichu way to try and live. That's a big distraction. It's not our fault. It's the government saying this and that. And you're going to do this. And we're going to take your land away. I'm going to put you in a piece of land where there's no water and no animals. So, but we'll give you rations. They said, oh, no, thank you. We want to live on our own. So we all went over there to the Washichu white man, and we started to talk English. It's a good thing I grew up with my Dakota language. I still have a bit of that. And I'm also thankful for the old ones up there who speak the old Dakota language, who speak that. And so I have to try and figure out, what do they mean? What are they saying to me now? What the heck is going on? What does that mean? Can't figure it out. Oh, well, maybe it'll come to me. Greater, can you tell me what these words are? What can you let me know? I want to prepare myself if I need to do something. Thank you, Greater. 3 months later, the door closed and the other door opened. Aha, that's what you mean. Thank you. Thank you. I set plate. I tell my wife, cook some food. We're going to offer it to those spirits who told me they close one door and they're going to open another door. Thank you for that, I say. So there are lots of rules, and our job is to learn the rules of man, the rules of animals, the rules of the winged, and the rules of the medicine. And they're all in order, by the way. You don't just take any old thing. They're all done in order. First with you, heart, mind, body, and spirit, in that order. This is where a lot of our people are mixed up. Not only our people, lots of other non-indigenous people, they're all mixed up in that. A lot of them forget the sacredness of their spirit. Lots of them put aside their feelings. But those laws are long ago, and we forgot them. That's why it's like that. So those are important things that I wanted to share with you today. I appreciate if you learned something from this few words that I shared with you. Those words that apply to you. I'd like you to put them into action for your own self, because these words are for you. Vidamaya, oh vitakawas.
Oh,